The shooting range buzzed with laughter and sharp confidence, the kind that only young recruits carried before the world had a chance to humble them. Sunlight beat down on the open desert range, rifles lined neatly on the tables, targets standing stiff and distant like silent judges. The recruits were loud, competitive, hungry to prove themselves. To them, this was a game of strength, reflexes, and ego. Then they noticed her. She stood a little apart from the group, an elderly woman with silver hair pulled back tight under a faded cap. Her posture was straight, her movements slow but deliberate. She wore no flashy gear, no rank patches that caught the eye, just simple clothes, worn boots, and calm eyes that looked like they had seen more than any of them could imagine. One of the recruits nudged another and smirked. "Hey, what's she doing here?" Another laughed. "Probably lost. This ain't a knitting club." Their chuckles grew louder. Confidence fed on itself. One of them stepped forward, grinning. "Ma'am, you here to watch or something?" She turned toward them slowly. Her face was lined, but not weak. There was something steady there, something unshaken. "I'm here to shoot," she said quietly. The group burst out laughing. "To shoot?" Another recruit scoffed. "These rifles got more kick than you can handle." Someone else added, "Bet she wouldn't even hit the paper." The range instructor watched from a distance but said nothing. He was curious. He had seen that look in her eyes before, long ago. One recruit crossed his arms. "Tell you what, ma'am, take the shot. Let's see what you've got." It wasn't kindness. It was a dare. She studied their faces for a moment, not offended, not angry, just thoughtful. Then she nodded once. "All right." The laughter softened into snickers as she walked to the firing line. She picked up the rifle, checking it the way someone checks an old friend, familiar, respectful. Her hands didn't shake, not even a little. The recruits whispered behind her, "She won't last one shot. Hope someone's ready to catch her." She adjusted her stance, feet planted, breath slow. Her eyes locked on the first target far downrange. The desert went quiet. The first shot cracked through the air, dead center. The laughter stopped. Before anyone could speak, she adjusted her aim and fired again. Another clean hit. She moved to the next target without hesitation. Bang, bang, bang. Each shot landed true. No wasted motion. No flinch. No pause. The recruits stared, mouths slightly open, confidence draining with every echo of the rifle. She reloaded calmly, as if time itself had slowed for her. Another target fell, then another, then another. When she finished, smoke curled gently from the barrel. She lowered the rifle and stepped back. Every single target down, not a single miss. The range was silent. One recruit finally swallowed hard. That was luck. She looked at him then, really looked at him. Her voice was calm, almost kind. "Luck doesn't repeat itself like that." The instructor walked forward slowly, respect written across his face. "Ma'am," he said, "you mind telling them who you are?" She hesitated, then nodded. "My name doesn't matter much," she said, "but a long time ago, I trained men who thought confidence was the same thing as skill." The recruits shifted uncomfortably. "I buried some of them," she continued softly, "not because they were weak, but because they didn't listen." Her eyes swept across the group. No anger, just truth. "You laughed because you saw age," she said, "but experience doesn't announce itself. It just waits." One of the recruits lowered his head. "Ma'am, I'm sorry." She nodded once. "Good. Remember this feeling. It might save your life someday." She handed the rifle back, turned, and walked away, boots crunching softly against the gravel. The recruits stood frozen, the weight of the moment settling heavy on their chests. They hadn't just watched an old woman shoot. They had watched humility take aim, and for the first time since they arrived, none of them felt like laughing. They felt grateful.